Hi, Leslie.
Hi, Dina.
Great to see you again.
Great to see you. So I want to ask you, when you were thinking about what school you wanted to go to, what were some of the non-negotiables that your school had to have for you to choose that school?
I think my main non-negotiable was like the environment, because I really wanted to be in an environment where I feel like supported, but also challenged to grow personally and academically. Funny enough, I was really drawn to like the HBCU experience. I remember when I was looking at like going to school, I was really drawn to like the HBCU experience because a lot of the people I admired, like authors, had gone through that environment. They were fostered through through that environment. Although I didn't get to like experience that, I still feel like I've received a lot from like that HBCU experience because a lot of the people I admire are from there, and a lot of like the leaders I look up to.
Oh, that's really cool.
Are from those environments. So
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, because it's like an environment that's like curated to support like students, like a diverse student body, like students like me, and like times that like those spaces did not exist. So
Right.
it feels like very special.
I love that. Well, today we're excited to spotlight one of our very own Snow Scholars, Jayden Sparkman. Jayden is entering his senior year at Florida A&M University, where he's studying business administration. And during his time at FAMU, he has built a successful business as a barber, earning opportunities to highlight his work through EBONY Magazine and the Bet on Black series, as well as attending the Thurgood Marshall Institute, which he credits all of these experiences to attending an HBCU.
Right. And in our first part of this conversation with Jayden, we'll be talking about how an HBCU provides the community support that sets you up for success and growth. And if you are considering an HBCU, this episode will be extra special for you. It's for everybody, but definitely special. Welcome, Jayden. It's such a pleasure to have this conversation with you. I'm sure that we'll get a lot from it. I've been looking forward to it because, I mean, all the amazing things that you're doing has been, well, to me, feels very inspiring. And
thank you.
You are going to an HBCU. I myself love the idea of like the HBCU experience. Could you tell us about what brought you there? What brought you to FAMU?
Okay. Well, this kind of started since birth because my mom and my dad, they both are alumni of FAMU. So ever since I was a young age.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. So we're going to have matching graduation pictures. Me and my mom about to have matching degrees. So that's pretty cool.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, we talk about it a lot. But yeah, I just been getting influenced from a young age, but I was always the type of kid where, you know, I didn't really care what anyone else did. If it made sense to me, I was going to do it. So even though they went and wanted me to go, they would still like make the best decision for you. So I think around middle school, when I knew that I was really interested in business and I knew I was business minded, and I started doing research on FAMU's business program and seeing how like world renowned it was and how much impact they have and how well they set up their students and how well respected it was. I just knew that just kind of sealed it for me. I was like, that's where I'm going to go for certainly. Like, I think senior year I only applied to 3 schools. So that's kind of how I ended up at FAM.
Did you apply to any other HBCUs? I mean, obviously that was, you know, the center for you, along with, you know, your family history of going there, and honestly, just as importantly, the fact that the business program was what you needed. The other 2 schools, were they HBCUs that you applied to?
Yes, I applied to Clark University, and I applied to Morehouse because even though I already knew I was going to college at an HBCU, I knew that from a young age. It was a show called Different World. I don't know if you guys heard of it. But that really like heavily influenced me, and I'm like, yeah, I definitely want to go to HBCU. So I did apply to Florida State too, so 4 schools. So that's just like I was a Florida State fan growing up, so I had to apply to that one. But yeah,
Well,
it was all HBCUs across the board.
that works well for you because you're in Tallahassee anyway. So you get the best
Yeah,
of
so I
both
still get the
worlds.
experience.
Love it.
Definitely.
Love it.
Like for sure. And now thinking about you're about to be a senior, like that's crazy. Like going through the 3 years. Let's go back down memory lane. What was that first semester like for you? Because that transition can be different for different people, I'm sure. But what was it like for you going from like coming from home, like moving away to campus, dorm life? Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so it was, man, my first week on campus was eye-opening because I've always been a very self-sufficient person. So the living on my own, I wasn't really concerned about, but the social aspect is what was brand new to me. It was like it was insane. Like I didn't see the amount of freedom that the students had on campus and the amount of impact they were able to have as well. Like the SGA, their SGA had real impact. Like all the events, all like celebrities or artists who come to campus, our SGA had part of that. All the fun events on campus, all led by students. Like I'm like, students have so much power on campus. I was like, this is insane. And then I'm coming here and I'm seeing people from all different walks of life, people from New York, Baltimore, New York, like it was insane, Chicago. So I'm like, it's just a melting pot of a lot of different cultures, a lot of different people. And it was a little intimidating at first, definitely, because I didn't know, I knew very little people when I first got up there. So just having to be intentional with going out, making friends, not being scared to put myself in certain events, just to make those connections and meet those people. And I'm glad that I did my first week the way I did. Like I made a promise to myself that I'm not going to stay in my dorm the whole first week. Like I have to go outside and do something so I can meet somebody, because if I don't, then I can't just not know anybody the whole time.
How did
So that's really
you?
my biggest adjustment.
I mean, it is a very big adjustment. One thing that you note that I also noticed when I was like my first semester of college was like the influence of students. It was like all the activities, all the things that were happening on campus were driven by students. So students have so much power in shaping like the college experience, the cultures, all the things that you get to see. And it's amazing that you, like even from the first week, that you are intentional about, like meeting people and thinking about what you want your college experience to be like. Could you tell us a little bit about, like how did you like get out of your dorm? Because it can be intimidating, like you're new to the environment. It can be intimidating to meet new people, put yourself out there. Like, how did you do that, and what made you do that?
One of the main ways I did it was definitely utilizing social media. When you're a freshman, and I know a lot of almost every college does that, there's a freshman class page. So mine was like the class of 2027. And you go to that page, you get put in a group chat, and that's kind of like your first introduction to people that you will be seeing on the campus before you even get there. So using that, kind of talking to the people in there a little bit, and then FAMU itself, like on their actual Instagram page, they have a welcome week. So welcome week is every day it's a different event. So I'm like, okay, I have to be at every single one of these events, even though I may not be interested in all of them. I might not care for some. I just have to go out and just be there. One, just to learn more about the campus, walk around the campus, because I was lost. I didn't know where I was going at all. So then that was the beauty of it too, because we're all came in freshmen, so we're all going through this together. So I'll see someone on the street, I'm like, hey, do you know where this is? They're like, no, you're lost too. So now we're just lost together, and then we're walking around. So it's like that was just the beauty of it, and just the bonding aspect of all of us. Like we don't know what we're in. This is all new to us, but we're doing it together. So that made it real easy just to connect with people off of that. So yeah, just making sure. Just being aware, going to all those events, and then at those events you learn about more events, and then you learn about more people, and it's just like a snowball effect, really.
I think that's unbelievably great advice. I think that the tendency with a lot of people when they start is to feel that, they don't realize everybody's in the same boat they are. I think that was a great point that you're making, that you're all freshmen, hey, you know what this is? No, I'm lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm lost too. But that's like an instant icebreaker. But for some reason, we just don't recognize that. We don't realize everybody there is in the same boat that we are. So you instantly have that shared experience. So I think that was really awesome that you did that. And how would you say, now that you've been there for these 3 years, how would you say that attending an HBCU has opened doors for you and given you support?
Like it's insane. Like even little things like flying in the airport. There's people from FAMU in the airport. They'll stop me and see my shirt, and they're like, "Hey, you go to FAMU?" This and that instant conversation. They want to get my information. The the network of alumni and just the community of supporting each other and family, or FAMU as they like to say, is really it's something different. Like even before I even stepped foot on campus, the alumni in my city, they had a send off and they gave us like microwaves, toiletries for the dorm, things
Oh,
like that, just to make sure we were set up properly for our first year. So the community is different, like it's one in itself, and especially when you get on campus, because a lot of colleges, it's mass classrooms. You don't really connect with your professor like that. It's either you come to class or you don't. They don't really care too much. These professors, they'll stop you. They'll see you walking on campus. They're like, "Hey, why are you here?" And I didn't see you in class last week. So it's like I just had a whole
oops.
bunch of uncles and aunties on campus at all times. So
Oh,
that really opened a lot of doors, and just a lot of opportunities that I've gotten were from a FAMU alum, like the magazine, the president or the vice president of Mael, the brand that was in partnership with EBONY Magazine. He was a FAMU alum. He just spoke at graduation, the past graduation we had, and we just connected on that. And then the TV show, FAMU students plugged me in. They said everyone said my name when it was like, "Oh, who's someone on campus with a business that's doing real good things?" Everybody said my name, so it just everyone's always looking out for each other, and it's definitely helped me get to where I am. Because even if they can't give me the opportunity, they can point me in the direction of it. So, yeah, definitely a blessing for sure.
that sounds amazing, honestly. That really does.
Like,
Yeah.
for sure, having that support, it
Mhm.
feels like a very supportive environment, like of people looking out for you like family, basically. Could you tell us, I'm really interested about like what that experience with EBONY Magazine was like. You got connected, like what was it like? What did you do with them? Tell us a little bit more.
Oh my goodness. I say that's probably the first time in my life I felt really like starstruck. Like they flew me out. They had a driver for me. They had gave me a hotel. I was like, what in the world? I'm like, I'm just a college student. I'm like, why am I getting all of this? So I'm like, I felt like a superstar. So, but it was just very eye opening for sure. And especially as someone with my own business and like as a creative person who wants to make a living off of my passion. On that set, it's a lot of stylists, it's a lot of designers. Everything we
Mm.
wore, a designer picked it. Actually, the designer on that set, and it's crazy, just like networking how everything's connected. The designer who designed what I was wearing on that set, he designed Coco Jones's outfit for when she sang the national anthem. He
Wow.
designed her whole wardrobe.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
just insane. Like you never know who you're on set with, and they're talking,
Mm.
and everyone's real calm, down to earth, and they're just having a
Mm.
conversation. And it just was like I was a sponge. I was asking everything that I could, just understanding their past and their journey, and they were just willing to talk and to help each other out. And everyone was there. Almost everyone there was a HBCU alum, as well. So it was just a great experience, and it was definitely eye opening to what possibilities are out there if you just really dive fully into your passion. Because it's definitely intimidating. Because there's no really safety net when it comes to doing your own thing. It's kind of you're going off the belief of I can do this. You're not going to get a
Mm.
guaranteed check every week. Sometimes you might not have no money coming in for a week. So that's just a little scary. But that just showed me the possibilities of just staying with it and what could really come from it. So yeah, it was just a beautiful, beautiful experience. Photographers posing me. I don't know how to pose. I can't take photos for anything. So it was just definitely a fun experience, and it was definitely eye opening to what the world could be.
What about the Bet on Black series? Tell us about that.
Oh, More of the same. I got a flight out, hotel, driver, and that one it was a little more. It was definitely different for me as well because that was like an actual TV show. So I was like, man, I'm gonna be. It didn't really click until I saw myself on like a channel. Like I'm flipping through the channels and I see like me on there. So it didn't
Oh,
like
so
really register
cool.
until then. But I'm like, man, I'm actually about to be on TV, and it was just more of the same. But that was like on a like a mass scale. Like the person who was cutting my hair in the back, he cut on shows like Power and a lot of shows on Stars Networks. A show called BMF. He was the
Mm-hmm.
barber for all the people on that show. The stylist I had, she was working on different movie sets. She worked with Samuel Jackson, I think, and I forgot which movie she worked with him with,
That's
but she
so
handed me a
cool.
belt. Yeah, so it was just crazy. And then the RD, the director over that, he worked on the set of Black Panther. So it's like just being in an environment with a lot of just creatives doing their passions on a very big scale, and they just let you know that it's possible. And I met another FAMU alumni on there too, and he just immediately looked out for me, started talking to me, giving to me advice.
Mm.
So it was just another beautiful, like, great experience, and it just reaffirmed that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing for my passion, especially with me just going on there talking about my business and getting as far as I did with the show, leaving with money, winning. It just showed how this is really something that
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think I picked the right thing. It's what I'm supposed to be doing.
I'd say
So
so.
For now, like thinking about all the opportunities that you've been able to take advantage of, what I'm curious to know or like know a little bit about is, what do you think set you up? You talk a lot about your passion. What do you
mm,
think set you up to help you like best be prepared to take advantage of those opportunities? Because I think when you were talking to Shannon, you mentioned that luck is just, when preparation meets
preparation meets opportunity.
opportunity. Could you
Yeah.
tell us a little bit more, like, what was that preparation like for you?
It started in the School of Business for me. That quote that I talked to Shannon about, that was a quote that my former dean, she said to us every day. She was
Mm,
like, "There's no such thing as luck. Like if you just stay prepared and you stay ready when the opportunity arises, you're gonna perform in such a way to where it's like they can't deny you the opportunity. Like success will be inevitable." And that was told to us the second I got on campus as a freshman. And just little things we're learning in class, things that seem very little but make a massive impact. Like when you greet someone, always stand up, always shake your hand, like always make eye contact. Speak clearly, chest up, don't mumble your words, look the person in their eyes. Just like little things like that, that was just slowly building me into a person that was ready for all of these different opportunities. Like when I go get interviewed by EBONY Magazine, I'm not stuttering on camera. I'm not having an issue public speaking. When I'm on the show, I'm not having an issue giving an elevator pitch or pitching an item on the spot. Because that's things they make us do all the time. Like I remember one time it was like pick something in your room. I picked up a bottle of toothpaste and they said, "Okay, pitch it to me," and I'm like, "Do what?" So it's like things like that that just get you ready, and just being intentional, because it's real easy to hear something your professors say and let it go one ear and out the other, but our professors are people who've done amazing things in the business world and they know what they're talking about. So just not taking their words lightly and just
mm-hmm.
constantly working on that on my own, and any opportunity to get better, I took it. Like all the people I was saying that I had to talk to, even with different businesses and things like that, there's a lot of times I didn't want to do it because I was scared. Like I don't know these people. I don't want to go up to them just randomly. Like I feel weird. I feel bothersome. Um, so just overcoming that every day, and was like, you know what, this is an opportunity for me to get better, even if it's making me uncomfortable. I'm gonna just face this
Mm-hmm.
and go do it. And then just that mentality, it just helped carry over to all these different opportunities.
Right. And
It's
like
amazing.
what you're describing, it's like two things come to mind. First is that like you have a system around you. You have that support system around you that exposes you to like all these different opportunities to practice. And you
Mm.
allow yourself to practice, like practicing by, like taking advantage of those opportunities, talking to people, and all of those things. When an opportunity comes forward, you're able to grab it.
I think that's
Definitely.
true. And along those lines, let's talk about the Thurgood Marshall Institute, because most people may not know what that's about. And you describe it as
Right.
a professional development gauntlet. So
hmm
why do you describe it like that? Walk us through it. What is the
Mhm.
program and what has it done for you?
Mm. Well, the Thurgood Marshall College Institute, it's made and tailored for HBCU students. So they do mass conferences like this every single year. Like I know my sophomore year, they had a conference I went to specifically for freshmen and sophomore, called DEF CON. And then this one I went to was for juniors and seniors. And the reason I called it like a professional like a professional gauntlet is because you get there and there's companies like all over. Like there's JP Morgan there, Wells Fargo, Truist, Ally, like a lot of the top companies that you would think of, they're there and their representatives are there coming to talk to us, pour into us, because they know that we have a lot of talent in these HBCUs and they're searching for that. So they come there not only searching for talent, looking to opportunities, but it's different breakout rooms. It's like a ballroom of a hotel and just all the different rooms. It's a different company in it, like a company in every room. And there's a lot of rooms down there. So we're going in different breakout sessions and these real professionals, they're just giving us tips, advice, what to look out for in the workforce, what to prepare ourselves with, how to interview properly, just equipping us with all the tools to where like it's almost impossible for us to fail. And not even with all the technical skills they're giving us, but the stories they were telling us aware about their own personal journey, how they were just reassuring us that they were unsure at one point. They didn't know what they wanted to do at one point. They were nervous, they were scared, and they still made it to where they are. So that's why I'm like, it's just a gauntlet, because when you leave there, you just have all the tools to succeed. I feel like part of the reason why I was so successful my sophomore and junior years because my freshman year I went to that conference they had DEF CON, and it kind of just changed my thinking. And not only the professionals, you're just there with HBCUs across the nation. So
That's
you're
so
talking to a
cool.
lot of other students, and we all had an interview to get there. We had an interview, we had to apply. So these are like the top students from these different HBCUs, and you're just learning about all the things that they're doing, how they're doing it. I met a girl, she had like her own business. Her business are in different stores like Ulta and different things like that. And now we're just
Crazy.
communicating about business. And that's just someone I'm sitting next to. So it's just amazing, amazing place to just be around greatness and just like really change your mindset. And it really sends you back to your campus on some, okay, like now I can go ahead and I got to do better. I can do this. I can do that. Like I know what to do now. So that's why I called it a gauntlet, really.
What an amazing professional opportunity. I mean, on so many different levels, because it's not just networking, it's everything. First of all, it's the application phase, and the interview phase. I mean, those are skills that people just don't understand how important it is, to present an application that's going to be impressive and well written, and then for an interview, all these things that you were talking about, that you're looking somebody in the eye, you're shaking their hand, you're not mumbling. Like people don't understand how much, and it's not just employers, it's anybody. You have no idea what opportunity, is waiting for you with the next person that you meet. And he's like, oh my gosh, like you're such an impressive person and I love what you're doing and I want to invest in this, or I have this other opportunity. And you're just a testament to, putting yourself out there and really, knowing that it's an important opportunity. So you're going to do your best at it. And so you've succeeded. And because of that, you made it into the Institute. EBONY Magazine came to you, Bet on Black came to you, like you've had amazing alumni support with your school, but you've understood that these are opportunities that you want to take advantage of. And I can't even imagine, you must have left each year when you went to this going, I have so many ideas now and so many different things that I want to do but that's because of you. Like you put yourself in that position. I think that's really important for people to hear. It's just you have to put yourself in the position to be able to take advantage of these opportunities. Like, you've had all this amazing support, but you've taken that support and gone forward and understood, like, I need to take advantage of these opportunities now, which is just it's just so cool.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the biggest things I left with, because all the advice you're getting, no matter how much people want to pour into you, no matter how many books you read, how many podcasts you watch, if you don't go out there and actually implement it, then it's going to be, you're just going to be in the same position. And it all starts with opening your mouth, really, like having to go out and talking to people. A lot of people, it's nerve, I understand, don't want to talk to other people, but I've gotten so many, like, simply just raising my hand, a professor picked me out and gave me certain opportunities or put me in certain rooms, all because I raised my hand, all because I spoke, all because I asked a question. And people were like, yeah, I like that you actually asked a question. You spoke to us. You went out of your way. You shook my hand. That does numbers. Even with your classmates, I've had classmates that have helped me in multiple ways. So it all starts by opening your mouth. You have to talk. You have to talk to people. I can't drive that home enough, because I know, like you guys said, I put myself in these positions and I did it all myself, but I know I couldn't have done anything I've done without the help of others. Nobody can. Nobody can do anything great. No one has ever done anything great on this earth by themselves.
Correct.
So that's why it's like, you need to talk. You need to open your mouth. You need to make these connections, because you can't do it by yourself. I tried. So I'm like, yeah, this is not working. So.
For sure, like starting from their first week of like classes, putting yourself out there. And one thing I do hear you echoing a lot, like throughout this conversation, is the intentional support created by FAMU and other HBCUs for their students. Having that conference, being available to all HBCU students, having that amazing alumni network that connects you with opportunities, all of those things, like, are intentional support that set you up for success. If you were to talk to a high school senior or someone like thinking about making college decision, what advice would you give them if they're like, when they're considering like going to an HBCU, like what would you tell them about that environment?
I think the main thing I'll drive home to them is that, like, the experience you're going to get there, the community you're going to gain, and just the skills you're going to leave with. Because I gave you guys all the sunshine and rainbow parts of a HBCU, but as far as downsides, there are some things you're going to have to work through yourself. You're going to have to learn how to advocate for yourself. You're going to just learn a lot of real tools that are going to help you in the real world. And you're going to get an experience like no other. And like at other bigger schools and bigger institutions, it's a little bit harder to do that because it's a massive campus. So it's like you're more likely to be not just another number, but finding you have to actually work a little harder to find that community. When going to a HBCU, you're walking into it already. There's already people there waiting for you, wanting to help you already. So it's a little less seeking out you have to do. And the main thing I always tell, I'm like, you can go to those big institutions, you can go to that postgrad, you can do your master's, you can do all that, but your undergraduate experience will be like none other at a HBCU. So I think that was the biggest thing I would tell the person. And that you're gonna get like, it's a top tier education, top tier network, top tier everything. So it's like, don't let any outside opinions or narratives sway you or influence your decision if that's where you want to go.
I think that's a really important point that you make when you just said this about, this would be so important in your undergraduate career. And I think that is so important to say because, like, looking at you, for example, you have your own business. Grad school may not be something that you're even considering, but the connections and the resources and the support that you have received at this undergraduate level, there is no doubt that if grad school was something that you wanted to consider now or later, you already have this network of people that would undoubtedly be a great resource for you. in getting into a school, helping you find what was the best program for you, to think that that doesn't matter at the undergraduate level, I think is a fallacy, because I think this, like you're saying, this is your base. This is where you're creating your family and you're setting that first path that's so important. So I feel that that's even more important, that you set that now, like you said. And, we have students who are really focused on their major, like you were. You went to FAMU because of their business program. Sometimes we have students that don't choose necessarily the best school for them because they're so focused on the major. And, I think, well, I'd like to ask, like, if somebody came to you and they were like, well, yeah, you're saying all this about an HBCU and that all sounds great, but, I can't find one that has this major that I want. What would you tell that student?
This is gonna be funny, because this shocked me a little bit as well, and I think a lot of people that went to college will tell you the same thing. About 80% of the time, your specific major, it doesn't really matter. To be quite honest with you, I've talked to like a lot of CEOs, VPs at top companies. I'm like, okay, so did you major in this? They're like, no. Like, I majored in. There's like, I majored in accounting, I majored in economics, I majored in like English. Like, they'll major in like a lot of different things, and it has nothing and it has nothing to do with their actual career path, what they're doing in the real world. So it's like your major, it gives you a good guiding point of where you want to be at, but being dead set on unless you're going to something, of course, you got the medical fields where you need to have certain undergraduate requirements for med school and things like that. But outside of that, where you need to have certain prerequisites, it really doesn't matter too much whatsoever. It really just matters about the connections you make and the experience you gain. Where do you put yourself to gain certain experiences? And then the experiences you have will then lead to the career path you will be in. So you want to put yourself at a university that will put you in the best positions to gain those experiences, because employers are not going to hire anybody with no experience. So like right now I'm having an internship in sales. Last summer I was in Disney working in sales. So you see how that kind of is like trickling. Someone who wants to be in real estate, there's a lot of real estate opportunities. They'll find an opportunity in real estate, start building their resume around that. So it's like, you just need to find where you can get the best experiences at, because it doesn't matter what your major is. If you don't have experience in that specific major, then you're not gonna get hired, just to say it black and white. So
Sure.
It's important that your university can put you there in a position.
For advice. Sure. I could not agree more. I think that those were similar advice I received, like even when I was choosing a major, because it is about the connections that you make. It is also about the skills that you acquire through those experiences. And as long as you can get those, like you said, you're setting yourself up for success. And thinking about setting yourself up, what would you say, what advice do you have, like generally, that a piece of advice you live by that you'd like to share with others?
I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but hey, closed mouths don't get fed. But since I've said that so much already, I'm gonna just leave that where it is. But real piece of advice I would say is that you have to get out of your own way. Definitely. Like, now from a mature standpoint, I know it's hard when I was a freshman, and it's still hard for me now, but a lot of worries, a lot of anxieties that I had, that I was like, I don't know if I should do this. I don't know if I can go there, or should I ask this? It's like a lot of scenarios I was creating in my mind that haven't even happened yet. And I was worried, and I was like, it was stopping myself from doing certain things because of an irrational fear that I had based off of no logic at all, just really just overthinking and different scenarios. And you know, with a lot of like the factor of social media being so big now, I know it's easier to get inside your own head. Like you're looking at your peers because my peers are doing a lot of amazing things. But coming
Mm-hmm.
into that, I was very like intimidated. I'm like, man, like they're doing crazy things like this, crazy things like that. Because I'm not the first person at FAM to be on TV, to be on a magazine whatsoever. My peers are doing insane stuff all the time. And I'm like, man, I'm intimidated because it's like, how am I going to be able to get these opportunities, do what they're doing? Like, maybe I should just, you know, sit in the back, be quiet. You know, it's like, it's real easy to get into your own head a lot. And the cell phones have a lot to do with that. It's a lot of things that will make you feel like you're behind or you're not doing what you need to do. Like going into college, you're 18, like you're right where you need to be. So
Mm.
I say just get out of your own way. And the thing that you're thinking about, that's the negative outcome, like 9 times out of 10, it's not even a factor to worry about because everything I was worried about or scared about, within rationale, within rationale, it was nothing to worry about whatsoever. So yeah, have that conversation. If you want to make videos, post that video, start the business. Because I almost didn't start my business because being in my own head, I'm like, man, there's already barbers in Tallahassee. Like, what they would need me for? Where would I even get clients from? Like, just you would outthink yourself of a lot of opportunities. So just don't allow yourself to do that. So yeah, that'll probably be the biggest piece of advice. Once you get that, everything else is gonna follow. But you have to
Mm.
get out your own way for sure, and just get over yourself as well. Like if you post something, if you want to start something, so many people are so worried about what they have going on and what they're doing. They're not gonna pay too much mind, to be honest. So live your life. Like
Right.
you'll be okay. You know what I
Right.
mean? So yeah.
So wise.
Yes, very wise. I absolutely love that advice. I'm going to ask you to say one other piece of advice, though, because we were talking earlier and you had received some advice about when you're networking and you meet someone and what was the most important thing to do after you have a conversation with someone about an opportunity. And I think that's another really crucial thing that people should hear from you.
Main part about networking, like 50% is meeting the person. I'll say about 20% is meeting the person. Other 80% is maintaining that connection and following up. I'll paint a scenario. You're at a career fair. You meet someone there in a career that you want. You have a great conversation. Shake his hand. He gives you his information. Follow up with me after this, so we can stay connected throughout the thing, right? And you never send that text. He has shaken over 500 hands that day. So if you don't follow up, they are not going to remember who you are whatsoever. Prime example, I was at the Leadership Institute, and they had a gala, and for the gala they had barbers and stylists downstairs. So when we had free time, I went to the area with the barbers, with the stylists, just to talk to them and ask about their career paths and how they get these different opportunities to get to cutting these high profile people. And we had a conversation. He gave me his contact information. He was like, hey, if you follow up with me, you can come down here when I'm cutting one of the actors that are coming to the gala tonight. And I followed up and I was able to have a nice experience with that. But he wouldn't have remembered me or remembered to even do that if I never followed up. Because most people think once you shake that hand, once you have that conversation, it's like, okay, like I'm solidified in their mind. They're going to reach out to me. But when you're the one that wants the opportunity, you have to be the one to push the issue, because they don't have to reach out to you. You have to reach out to them. They're the one that's holding the thing that you want to go after. So follow up for sure, like, because you will not get remembered whatsoever. Like, I barely remember people that would dap me up one time. I'm not no high profile anybody. They're meeting thousands of people all the time, all at once. So yeah, just follow up and follow up in the proper way too. Don't follow up and be like, oh yeah, I met you today.
Yeah.
They met so many people today.
Hey, remember
follow
me?
Up like, hey. Yeah, like so many professionals told me they got emails like that, and they were like, what? So say your name, last name, your university, what you guys talked about, help jog their memory. So they're like, okay, I remember this person. So
yeah, I love that bit of advice. And I also think that last part is crucial, because somebody may take this and go, oh, okay, so I'm going to follow up. And then they send this email and they don't include their name. I get emails all the time where it's like, hey, can you do this for me? There's no name, nothing. It's like, who are you? Like, you have to, it's just that whole thing that you're saying about, you know, putting your best foot forward and making sure that, you know, you're handling yourself properly, that everything comes home, you know, to roost in that. So I think that advice is Amazing.
And now we'll shift the conversation a little bit. I know we've talked a little bit about, like your business, but we'll get deeper into that. What were some of the first? You love cutting hair. What were some of the things that you did to start your business? From just cutting your own hair to now like offering that service to other people.
Thank you for listening to College Compass by experts at scholarship.org. In part 2, we're shifting gears to Jayden's experience in entrepreneurship and how he was able to build the business from the ground up. You won't want to miss it.
In the meantime, we would love to hear from you. What questions are you wrestling with in your own college journey? Send us your questions, topic ideas. Let's figure this out together. And if you enjoyed this episode, I'm sure you did, be sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share it with others. I'm sure they'll learn a lot from it too. New episodes drop every other Tuesday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you listen. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok under the George Snow Scholarship Fund. You can also learn more or reach out to us anytime at scholarship.org/podcast. We'll see you next time.